Hey guys, my name is Marta, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about yet another international Booker nominee, and today is time for the short story collection Cars Bunny by Bora Chung. This I think has been translated from the Korean, and as I said, it's a short story collection in which the stories are very weird, very grotesque and pretty surreal. As it's a short story collection, each story is different from one another, even though some themes are recurrent, such as a protest against the patriarchy or against capitalism. I personally didn't really like the novel, even though I have to acknowledge that the stories were very original. The author came up with some grotesque images that I would have never expected to see in a short story. The first story is a huge example of that. One of the things that I have to highlight from the book is the body horror, the first story being the biggest example of that, and also the second one. The stories do not shy away from talking about some things that might seem shocking for some readers, or at least they were for me. However, there are other stories that are more normal and that do not have that surprising effect that the first two might have once you start reading the collection. Another positive thing about the stories is the fact that the longest ones are divided in chapters, which is something that I really appreciated. As I said, I wasn't a big fan of the book, and being able to stop in the middle of a short story because I was getting bored was a blessing, because I didn't have to read it in one sitting and suffer through it. Another positive thing is that usually the stories are engaging at the very beginning, even though I found some of them to become a bit boring. The first few lines of each of them are very hooking, and the author does really know how to start strong and pick up the reader's interest. Something else that I have to highlight about the book is the fact that it is pretty humorous. I found myself laughing at some scenes that took place in the stories because of how ridiculous and surreal they were, especially the first story. Again, I think I still don't know if I liked it or not because of how weird it was, but the story still has me thinking to today, and it's been almost a week since I started reading the book. So, to sum up my thoughts about the book, I didn't really like it. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I did enjoy some stories, the first one, the second one, and some of the ones in the middle I did quite enjoy, but there were so many other ones that I thought were either way too long or way too boring, and I wasn't particularly interested in the characters and the story they had to tell. I, however, don't think this is a reading experience I will forget, especially because of the first story, as I have said multiple times. The stories are very unique, but the author has definitely her own voice and her own style, and I think in the future I would potentially read something else from her, especially if it's something related to body horror, because the stories that deal with that type of horror were the ones that I found the most intriguing, and the author definitely knows how to work with that. Yeah, would I recommend this? I think it's worth giving it a go. It's a very unique short story collection that I can't deny, and I think everyone should try it, because even if you don't like it, you can always stop, you can always DNF it, but it's pretty unique. It has its weird themes that will for sure surprise you, and it's overall, I wouldn't say an enjoyable experience, but it's one worth trying. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you read Cars Bunny or if you are hoping to do so in the future. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!